What is happening, my friends? Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show, your go-to spot for sharp insights, bold opinions, and unfiltered takes on the biggest stories of the day, whether it's politics, pop culture, sports, or the latest buzz. We're diving deep and keeping it real. So do me a favor, kick back, stay informed, and get ready to join the conversation, my friends. How's everyone doing this evening? Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to tune into yet another great episode of the Arrington Gavin Show. New episodes drop weeknights on all digital and streaming platforms, the streaming platforms of YouTube and Rumble, as well as on our radio affiliates, WDJY 99.1 FM Straight Talk, as well as WDJYFM.com. And that's Monday through Fridays at 11 p.m. So be sure to jot that down. Always schedule ahead and be prepared to check out a new episode of the Arrington Gavin Show. On today's show, we're going to be impacting a lot, man. We have of course, politics. We're going to be talking about. Let me see. Do we have anything? We have some sadness that occurred in the entertainment and sports world. Lost a few icons in the industry. And I'm also going to continue on the segment that I couldn't fit that important. We really need to address it. So again, I'm glad to be joining you, and I'm glad that you are tuning in to the Arrington Gavin Show. Before I move forward, be sure to follow us on our social media pages, Instagram at the Arrington Gavin Show, Rumble. I mean, it's not Rumble. X, formerly known as Twitter, at the Arrington Gavin Show. I truly appreciate that. Spread the word. Follow us and subscribe to our YouTube channel, our Smooth Club Media, as well as Rumble, at the Arrington Gavin Show. We're going to get it going. Before I move forward, I have to acknowledge some of our proud supporters of the Arrington Gavin Show, like our friends over at Priority Ford. That's right, my good friend, Mr. James Church, and his team out there is making sure that customers, people that are looking for a great vehicle, reliable, great on gas, and luxury at the same time. I'm telling you, I've always been a foreign car guy. I just joined the Ford brand not too long ago, and I'm telling you, I love my truck. I have no complications. The staff always looks out, keeping in touch, making sure everything is great, and making sure I don't have any issues. And I'm like, no, I'm perfectly fine. So I love that up to date and just catching up and following up to make sure, hey, we want you to be well taken care of and no issues at all, because that's not what we represent. And Ford has been a long-standing American-made company and brand, and a reliable brand as well. For more information, if you're interested in grabbing yourself a great vehicle from Priority Ford, just visit their website at priorityford.com, or you can call them at 757-255-8935. Again, that's 757-255-8935. Or, as I mentioned, you can go online to priorityford.com. Let them know that Arrington sent you. And we'd like to thank them for being a proud supporter of the Arrington Gavin Show. We could not do it without them. Look, my friends, what we're going to do, we're going to hit a quick commercial break. You are listening to the Arrington Gavin Show. When we come back, we'll have our fun fact of the day, and then we'll get it going, finishing up the political corruption piece that I didn't get to finish the last time. So don't go anywhere. You are listening to the Arrington Gavin Show.
You know, just like a winning team evolves throughout the season, so does your beard. I'm Arrington Gavin, proud CEO of Rugged Evolution Beard Care. With our premium oils, balms, and grooming tools, it's everything you need to level up your beard game. Whether you're a seasoned pro or a rookie, Rugged Evolution is the new smooth. Order now and dominate the beard game like never before. Rugged Evolution Beard Care, because every beard deserves to be legendary.
What is going on, my friends? Welcome back to the Arrington Gavin Show. I am your host, Arrington Gavin. Look, let's get it going with our first segment of the day. It's our regular fun fact of the day. And this one is for all you wine connoisseurs out there. Because look, I myself, I enjoy a good Merlot, a good Cab. You know, I'm more of the red, dry, wine range. But I just enjoy wine. And my family and I, we're going to be getting ready to go to a local wine festival here in my hometown in Chesapeake very soon. So I'm looking forward to this. So this fun fact, I want to let you guys know, did you know that about 700 grapes go into one bottle of wine? Did you guys know that? It says here that approximately 2.6 pounds, if you're wondering, is how much fruit you get when you uncork your favorite red. So there you go. 700 grapes to be exact, my friends. So while you're enjoying a is around 700 grapes to be exact. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to the Aaron Gavin Show. Sorry about that. We're having some complication with our connection due to some effects of the storms. I don't know if y'all have heard recently there was Hurricane Helen, I believe, or Helene. She hit parts of the Carolinas, North Carolina especially, and it's extremely sad. We'll talk a little more later on in the program, but I just want to let you guys know our the connection here, because we're not too far from the Carolinas. It was a little bit choppy, but I wanted to continue on our political corruption piece, because recently New York City Eric Adams was indicted on charges of bribery and receiving contributions from Turkish foreign groups, foreign companies and leaders out there. And so he's pleaded not guilty. The FBI had already like raided his phones, homes, everybody within his orbit. Even some people had already resigned, which is not looking so good. I mentioned on the last program that former New York City Governor Andrew Cuomo has even started to plan on making a bid to run for the mayoral seat due to the circumstances happening with Eric Adams. And it when I hear about this, I'm like, this is always, in my opinion, one of the key reasons why people choose not to vote in general. Why people are so hesitant to put their faith in someone that wants to run for office, because how can we trust them? It's like the narrative is a person is elected into office, that person gets in trouble for bribery. Bribery. Why? Because greed is going rampant in our society. People like that greed and power. People want it. People thrive on it. Money, you name it. And it's so sad, because it's a disservice to voters and to people within the community. People that have put faith in these elected officials, saying, "Look, I trust you. I love what you're saying, and I'm excited to vote for you so you can help make a better life for me, and that so I can make a better life for my family." I like the positioning you're putting us in. I'm voting for you. And then they get in there and they only want to benefit their own personal uh gain and line their pockets, instead of looking out for their people within their community, the people that actually got their asses elected. So it's very very sad. And he's not the only one. So I've already mentioned Mayor Eric Adams, Democrat out of New York City. Also Matt Gaetz, a Republican congressman out of Florida. If you can't recall Matt Gaetz, because I actually have a list of current elected officials right now that is under governor criminal is a list under the U.S. government criminal and ethics cases. So Matt Gaetz, in 2020, Gates was accused of sex trafficking and having sexual relations with minors, not a minor, minors. After an investigation, the United States Department of Justice, DOJ for short, decided not to charge him, though Gates remains under investigation under the House Ethics Committee. Now, in October of 2023, Gates filed a motion to vacate, which led to the removal of Kevin McCarthy as Speaker of the U.S. House of Representatives. Now, he's still in office, Matt Gaetz. Which again, he's still under investigation. Looks a bit creepy in my opinion. He's a jerk. Like, he's always causing issues within the Congress. He's a part of the MAGA movement, front and center. Him along with Marjorie Taylor Greene. Those are far right individuals. Who else? George Santos. I mean, come on, who can't remember George Santos? Republican, former congressman, Republican out of New York. Within 6 weeks of Santos' election, news outlets began reporting that much of his biography appeared to be fabricated. Santos admitted having lied about his education and employment history, while his disclosures about his business activities, income, and personal wealth were inconsistent with one another. Further, Santos had not disclosed his criminal history or the existence of lawsuits against him. Santos was sworn in as a member of the House in January of 2023, but faced ongoing media scrutiny, as well as demands for his resignation from members of both parties. Now, in December of 2023, December 1st to be exact, following an investigation by the House Ethics Committee and a federal indictment, the House representative voted 311 to 114 to expel Santos. Santos is the first member of the House expelled without having previously been convicted of a crime or having fought for the Confederacy. He is also the sixth member of the House to be expelled and the first Republican. In August of 2014, in August of 2024, Santos pleaded guilty to identity theft and wire fraud. Again, a former elected official. Bob Menendez, who can't forget this guy, former U.S. Senator out of New Jersey. Bob Menendez has been crooked ever since I feel like he's been getting in office. 2015, Menendez indicted on federal corruption charges. The jury was unable to reach a verdict and charges were dropped. Now, look, in that was in they were dropped in 2018. Now, April of 2018, the United States Senate Selection Committee, I can't even get the words out. United States Senate Select Committee on Ethics, several admonished Menendez for accepting gifts from donor without obtaining committee approval. Now, in September of 2023, Menendez was again indicted on federal corruption charges that he aided and provided sensitive information to the government of Egypt. Let me look at here. In October of 2023, indictment, Menendez was charged with conspiracy to act as a foreign agent of the Egyptian government. Let's see here. In March of 2024, Menendez was indicted again for obstruction of justice. He was also accused of accepting bribes from the government of Egypt in exchange for promoting Egypt's opposing to the construction and use of the Grand. Long story short, the man was crooked. In July of 2024, a jury found Menendez guilty of all charges in the federal corruption trial. He is the first sitting member of Congress to be convicted of the conspiracy by a public official to act as a foreign agent. He initially said that he had no plans to resign, but later that month, it was reported that he would resign from Senate effective in August 20th of 2024. So corruption galore. There's two congressmen out of Texas, Republican congressmen out of Texas, Wesley Hunt and Ronnie Jackson. Apparently that they were using campaign finances to splurge on a I think they use that for social clubs and social gatherings. They use their personal finances for social clubs. There's a gentleman, Henry Coolidge, Democrat congressman out of Texas. I mean, it's insane, guys. The list keeps going on and on of issues that they've done. Coolidge, in May of 2024, he was indicted on money laundering, bribery, and conspiracy charges by a federal grand jury in Houston. It alleged that he had accepted nearly $600,000. You hear me? $600,000. Then, of course, you go on to, even though this man is not a politician, but he has a lot of ties with politicians and works with a lot of them. He was a lobbyist. Hunter Biden, son of current President Joe Biden. He was charged on owning a gun while also, what was it? I think he was owning a gun while also owning a gun illegally, as well as tax charges. It's corruption that occurs. And then, of course, we can't forget your current candidate for president of the United States, former President Joe Biden. I mean, not Joe Biden, excuse me, Donald Trump, former President Donald Trump, convicted, 34 counts, by the way, 54 cases in general brought to him. He was found liable in a sexual abuse case, in a civil case. Tax fraud. I mean, it's just the list goes on, and it's not getting any better. And so I bring all this to say that we need to keep these politicians' foot to the fire, and we need to keep them accountable, especially when it comes to, how crucial this election is. We're tired of seeing people take advantage of voters. I'm tired of seeing it. I hate hearing about this one getting in trouble on bribery or accepting this and accepting that. Look, it's just, man, it's a clear sign that not everybody are meant to serve and to be an elected official. That's just a perfect example that I got out of this. Is the message is not everybody is signed up to be an elected official. And so it's up to us to always, you need to attend all the meetings. You hear me? Attend all the meetings, attend all the town halls. When they're elected within that first year, when they have their very first town hall, you need to be like, okay, what have you done lately? What do you where is this, where are you at with this project that you've campaigned for since since you first announced that you want to run? How's that going? Because we don't want to see you, wear suits and come to grand openings and come to all this and that. No, we want you to put in the work. Sorry. And I don't know if y'all noticed, I purposely had mentioned the party affiliate that these candidates that I just named is a part of, Democrats and Republicans. This happened on both sides. So I don't want to hear people saying, "Oh no, that side is the party of corruption right there. We're the good side." No, both of y'all got problems. Okay, both of y'all got problems, and both of y'all need to do. You need to do better. All right, both of y'all need to do better. As of right now, uh, Mayor Eric Adams, innocent until proven guilty. He has already made a statement out saying that, "Hey, look, this is not true. When I first ran for office, I was let me see if I actually think I wrote down his quote. He says, "I've always knew that if I stood my ground for New Yorkers, that I would be target. I would be a target, and a target I became." So obviously, he's not backing down. He's not, he's speaking on his innocence. He's saying he hasn't done anything wrong. Will this hurt his case? Should he resign? Mm, I don't know. We will see. Again, it's not looking too good for him, in my opinion, because a lot of people within his circle is also a part of this huge bribery case. So we will see. Um, I think it's a little too early to call it out. But obviously Andrew Cuomo was like, "Well, I'm ready if you need me. I'm ready to make the bid." I don't think he will win personally, just because Andrew Cuomo also resigned. Okay, he was a sitting governor and resigned because at the time it was allegations of sexual misconduct, and instead of him staying and finishing out his term, he resigned, and now he wants to make a comeback in politics, and do it on this position as mayor of New York City. So I don't know. We will see. But I'll keep following you up, y'all, with this uh uh with this story. But political corruption will never end. I just want to break it to you. Political corruption will never end. You will always encounter somebody that is there for themselves and not for the people. And that's unfortunate. But at the end of the day, you cannot continue to use this as an excuse to not vote. I say it all the time. Your vote is your voice. Your vote is your voice. And if you want to be heard, then you need to vote. If you want to be heard, you need to vote. There's ways you can get in contact with your local and state and federal officials. You can visit their website. It might be a waiting process, but keep on pursuing and don't give up. That's my advice, is to just keep on pressing, keep on pursuing, and don't give up. Keep on going out there and vote. Vote, 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 vote. Let me go ahead and move it on. As I mentioned earlier in the program, we had lost some prominent figures in the world of sports and entertainment Um, first up, I do want to mention, uh, we had lost actor, activist, singer Chris Christopherson. Chris Christopherson. For those who unaware who this gentleman is, hold on, I want to get my notes out if I can. There we go. Chris Christopherson was known for being, I remember him from the Blade movies. He was a Texas born Golden Glove boxer and star football player, a Rhodes Scholar, and a helicopter flying US Army captain. He was 88 years old. He passed in his home in Maui, Hawaii, surrounded by friends and family. Uh, Father of 8 children. He had a master's degree in English from Oxford and could quote the poetry of William Blake from memory. One of his best songs, "The Pilgrim," probably played on the Pilgrim's Progress from an even older English writer. Trying to find some more films. I mentioned he was on Blade. He was in the Blade series. He's starred amongst films along with Barbara Streisand. He's starred in Martin Scorsese films. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And very well respected individual. He starred in the film A Star Is Born along with Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga. I mean, you know what? When I hear the number 88, I always say, you know what? He, job well done, sir. Like, you had a lot of life to live, but you also, you know, you beat the norm. There's people that pass a lot earlier, ladies and gents, and I think it's always a blessing that you get to, wake up every morning. Excuse me, wake up every morning and just get up breathing, knowing, hey, look, this is you just waking up every morning, uh walking, having a roof over your head. I mean, you just always got to count your blessings. But thoughts and prayers always will go out to those who will go on, go on and visit the big man upstairs. When the Lord says it's time, man. And so, thoughts and prayers for the Christopherson family. Also, family, uh, another Hollywood lost another uh, uh, icon in the industry, Mr. John Ashton. John Ashton. He starred in the Beverly Hills Cop series. He was Sergeant Taggart, John Taggart. Uh, One of Eddie Murphy's co-stars, right hand man, and I believe he was battling cancer, and he died at the age of 76. Now, this was very sad because they had recently just uh uh his last film was I believe the fourth. This was the fourth or fifth uh Beverly Hills Cop movie that they just did that was aired on Netflix. You had a lot of the original. You had the original trio right there. They all got a little old, especially especially Eddie Murphy. And but you had some of the originals that was in that film, and he got to star in that film and did a hell of a job. And so he did he I would say he passed on, but still had the opportunity to do like one last great project, and he did complete that. And it was a box office hit. So again, thoughts and prayers go out to the Ashton family. Now, moving on to sports, man, the sports world lost lot of iconic figures as well. First up, Dikembe Mutombo. Dikembe Mutombo. He played for the Houston Rockets. He had a long, successful career. He was also became an ambassador for his for his is representing the NBA in his country. And give me 1 second as I 18 seasons in the in the NBA, excuse me, 18 seasons in the NBA, mostly with the Houston Rockets. Well, he played for the Denver Nuggets, Atlanta Hawks, the 76ers, the Nets, the Knicks, and the Houston Rockets. He was an 8-time All-Star, 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, uh 2-time rebound leader, and then 3-time leader in blocks. His jersey number was retired, and the Atlanta Hawks retired his number. The Denver Nuggets retired his jersey as well. He was inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame in 2015, and he's always known again for being the leader in blocks. So there was a commercial that always showed people like at a grocery store, and they will like toss it in their a basket, toss it in their push cart, and he'll block it, and he'll be like, "No, no, 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 no." Here's a quote, guys, from NBA Commissioner Adam Silver. He issued the following statement that Dikembe Mutombo was simply larger than life. On the court, he was one of the greatest shot blockers and defensive players in the history of the NBA. Off the floor, he poured his heart and soul into helping others. There was nobody more qualified than Dikembe to serve as the NBA's first global ambassador. He was a humanitarian at his core. He loved the game of basketball, could do to make a positive impact on the communities, especially in his native uh, Democratic Republic of Congo and across the continent of Africa. I had the privilege of traveling the world with Dikembe and seeing firsthand how his generosity and compassion uplifted people. He was always he was always uh, accessible at NBA events over the years with his infectious smile, deep booming voice, and signature finger wag that endured him to basketball fans for every generation. Dikembe's uh, in in indomitable spirit continues on in those who he helped and inspired throughout his extraordinary life. Dikembe Mutombo, ladies and gents, was 58 years old. Here's just some of his. He again, successful individual, still had a lot of life left. He had been uh battling an illness to I believe what his family had said it was. Let's see here. Um, he had been battling brain cancer. Um, and since 2022, so this man fought a good fought. He had a long battle. Had a long battle. Um, but thoughts and prayers to his family, the sports world, all his fans. He was a very well respected individual and a loved person as well. And lastly, guys, another iconic figure, this time in baseball, Pete Rose, y'all. Pete Rose. Pete Rose was. Give me 1 second. Let me. Pete Rose was the all-time career hits leader, and he was. I mean, he was really the I would say he was the Michael Jordan of Cincinnati. He was um the Magic Johnson. You know, the Magic Johnson is to LA. That's what Pete Rose was to Cincinnati. He played for. He was a from to 89 was his managing career. 3-time world champ, 17-time all-star, um, series World Series MVP in 75, 2-time Golden Glove Award. Very successful Cincinnati Reds Hall of Famer, has his jersey number retired. Yet he has never been inducted in the Hall of Fame, and here's why. So team in 1989, his last year as manager and 3 years after retiring as a player, Rose was penalized with permanent ineligibility from baseball amidst of that he gambled on baseball games while he played for and managed the Reds. The charges of wrongdoing included claims that he bet on the reason why I think he should is because, in my opinion, and I know gambling was at that time was very prohibited, but here's the thing. You got FanDuel, you got DraftKings, everything is so accepted now in baseball. All right? Everything is so accepted in baseball. You have football, you can bet in basketball, mixed martial art. You can do so in so many different leagues, and it's accepted. It's not like the man took steroids to help his thought. Like those stats were authentic stats. You can't say that, okay, he cheated to get his way up. See, that's where I have the big issue with. That's where I have the big issue with, because that was his style of play.
You know, just like a winning team evolves throughout the season, so does your beard. I'm Arrington Gavin, proud CEO of Rugged Evolution Beard Care. With our premium oils, balms, and grooming tools, it's everything you need to level up your beard game. Whether you're a seasoned pro or a rookie, Rugged Evolution is the new smooth. Order now and dominate the beard game like never before. Rugged Evolution Beard Care, because every beard deserves to be legendary.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Let's see if we can finally get this going, man. I tell you, because of this storm, it has really been affecting the area's connection. And so I apologize for those who are listening in the show and they're like, look, you're in and out, Aaron, you're in and out. What's happened? I apologize. We've been having some technical difficulties, but we are going to continue this program because, look, as I mentioned before, we are a very grassroots, unbiased platform, and we continue to grow each and every time of the day. And look, we want to continue having this conversation. Thoughts and prayers to the Rose family. I left off me talking about the falling stars that we've recently lost. Actor Aunt John Ashton, uh, Beverly Hills Cop star John Ashton. He passed away at 76. Chris Christopherson passed away at 88. An iconic singer, actor, activist. Uh, 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 Dikembe Mutombo, 18 years in the NBA, ambassador, philanthropist, Hall of Famer, iconic figure. He passed away at the young age of 58. And then we left off at Pete Rose. Pete Rose, who, in my opinion, should be inducted because stat wise, he should definitely be inducted. Now I look at guys like Roger Clemens, Barry Bonds, Sosa, like those guys admitted they juiced up. All right. So in my opinion, if you, especially Barry Bonds is what still ranked as the all-time home run leader, and it was clear as day that he had some enhancement because you saw the size different when he started to towards the end of his career. He was getting pretty jacked. I'm like, that ain't all just weights and protein shakes, brother. That is not all weights and protein shakes. I see how he would be difficult trying to get inducted, but in my opinion, if you're gonna prevent him from either getting inducted in the Hall of Fame, then why is he still ranked as the home run leader? Like, shouldn't there be some kind of like I don't know, some kind of like case to say, okay, I think he needs to take away some of some of the, I mean, I know it's hard to call it out because you're gonna be like, oh, how can you call out when he was using this period and not using that period when he got it? So it's difficult, I understand, but I just feel as though Pete Rose should have already been in the Hall of Fame, in my opinion. Yeah, he admitted he gambled on some games, but at the end of the day, he at the end of the day, he admitted for his wrongdoing. He did his time. He paid his dues. Stat wise, he's Hall of Fame worthy. 17, 17 time All-Star, 3-time World Series champ, 1-time World Series MVP. Sounds like Hall of Fame stats to me. But as I digress, I'm moving on to the next one because it we had got messed up with our time, and I'm going to move on to our next story. Recently, Donald Trump received a key endorsement from actor Zachary Levy. I don't know if y'all remember who Zachary Levy is. He was the star in the film Shazam. Um he what else did he play in? He no known actor. You'll recognize him when you well, for those who are watching, when you see the graphic that I'm about to pull up. But this is reported by the Daily Beast. It says Shazam star Zachary Levy endorses Trump in move he calls career suicide. Now, Levy said initially fell for Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and then decided to endorse Trump after Kennedy dropped out the race. So initially, he was on the Robert F. Kennedy Jr. train, but this is an example of what what candidates can do when they drop out and endorse a certain figure. um hey, look, they lean towards the person that they endorse. So endorsement does help when it comes to elections. We've seen the countless endorsements from both candidates on who's been endorsing them and whatnot. um I would say when it comes to the endorsements, it looks like Kamala Harris is winning on that. She just received like another former U.S. United States Senator, Republican, who endorsed her. So if he has, a following, then majority of that following is going to lean towards the candidate that he endorsed. But I think this is kind of like a shocker to a lot of people because this is a person that is coming from Hollywood, right? He's an actor. He started on the big and small screen, and normally a lot of Hollywood actors, they lean very liberal and they always go towards the Democratic candidate. So this is a bit of a shakeup in the Hollywood world because Zachary Levy, he's no stranger to publicity. He's a quite known actor. Um, I personally never saw Shazam. It looked corny to me, so I never tried to see it. Nor have I watched a lot of his projects. I think I might have seen him like on 2 films, and I've watched him on a TV show a long time ago. But as I read this article, because I'm looking at my time is running pretty slim. Um, DC Comics superhero Zachary Levy endorsed Donald Trump before moderating an event with RFK Jr. and former Representative Tulsi Gabbard recently in Michigan before claiming his move would likely uh, constitute career suicide. Appearing at the Team Trump's Reclaim America tour, Levy said that of the two choices that we have, Donald Trump, President President Trump is the man that can get us there. And actually, let me see if I can play this soundbite for you. Well, actually, no, I'll keep reading this article. Just moments earlier, he told a crowd we're here for unity, whether you're a Democrat or Republican. Every one of us is a child of God. He continued on by saying, we're here to make sure that we are going to take back this country. We are going to make it great again. Again, with that phrase, we're going to make America great again. When was it never great? Now I understand we have some issues, we have some complications. Excuse me. we have some issues and complications that occur within our country, but in compared to other places, we're still doing a lot better now. The part where I see we have some issues in, when people bring up we those phrases, we gotta make America great again. Like, I'm not going back. All right. I'm not going back. We have a lot of hate crimes that occur. We have a lot of divisiveness happening in our society. I mean, going back, I'm not trying to do that, because that occurred in the, back then, to make America great again. Give me a break. We're going to make it healthy again. And so I stand with Bobby, I stand with Tulsi, and I stand with everyone else who is standing with President Trump. Let me be honest. It's funny when they say make America healthy again, where one guy is literally talking about eating a bear and saying he has worms in his brains and this and the other. So I get it why they're saying make America healthy again, because I don't think he's too healthy up there. He be saying a lot of wild stuff. Um, Tulsi is just, she's going where the fame goes, in my opinion. I don't I she recycles the same old rhetoric and same old narrative. I think she was just pissed the fact that she didn't receive any support from the Democratic Party when she was making her bid for president of the United States. Um I think this is just her tour of giving them the middle finger, and she is now just all about the personal gain, in my opinion. In my opinion. I know Tulsi has a fan base, but she has a fan base mostly of people on the far right. She's, I respect her. She continues to serve our country, and being a voice, a key, basically an advocate for the right, and a a person who continues to bash the left. uh RFK is, in my opinion, just a grifter trying to find a position and get close to the power as much as he can. Zachary Levy, um, I hope that this won't affect his career. I I it, I'll be real. I think it will. A lot of people that come out publicly supporting Donald Trump, especially in Hollywood, they tend to uh they tend to almost get blacklisted. They almost they they almost their success level, and the amount of film stuff that is slowly dwindles. They still get projects, but they're like either smaller films, or you haven't heard from them in a few years and they make a comeback, or they start doing films like with the Daily Wire or Fox Nation, or there's always Hallmark. The holiday season's coming coming up, so they might do some Hallmark films or something. Uh, it's very interesting. It's very interesting to see where this will take his career, because again, a lot of people always enjoyed him, seeing him on morning shows, goofing off and stuff. And look, I'm it's not wrong to have those views, y'all. I mean, I think it's all for the fact that actors and certain celebrities, their careers get affected on whoever they choose in office, especially in this case, Zachary Levy endorsing President Donald Trump. He has the right to endorse whoever the hell he wants to. And I think it will be wrong for him to see a shift in his career due to this support that he has. I hope that it stays the same. I hope his career continues to stays the same, on the rise with multiple projects. I hope he stays busy, because he's a great actor. He has a fan base. He should stand, for crying out loud. Now, I never saw the film, but I know a lot of people did and enjoyed it. So I just hope that it won't be, as he mentioned, as he quoted, career suicide. I hope not. He shared his thoughts, he shared his views, and so on and so on. Now, would it have a huge impact to Trump's campaign? I don't think Zachary Levy that has that kind of pull like that, but he does have a following. So I believe he's kind of like the six figures when it comes to followers on Instagram, maybe a little more on Facebook. So but I read some of his comments though. A lot of people were just like saying, I can't believe I feel so betrayed in this day. So a lot of people are not in support with this endorsement. Um, he went on to add, well, he said he's no stranger to controversy. In January 2023, he decided to use of the COVID vaccine and peddled theories that vaccine manufacturers like Pfizer is a real danger to the world. Hence his close support with Robert F. Kennedy Jr. It was just one of a number of eyebrow raising moments. At the end of the event, Levy added that most of his supporters have been positive after I came out and said I am endorsing President Trump through my endorsement of Tulsi and Bobby. Though he was quick to admit that his endorsement could potentially impact his future in movies, within my industry, as you can probably imagine, Hollywood is very, very liberal town, and this very well could constitute a career suicide. So I'm glad I did it with you guys. He said in a round of applause, including from Kennedy himself. And I quote, he said, "We are, and you all know this, we are being inundated every single day with poison, not just in the foods that we're eating and not just in the pharmaceuticals that are being shoved down my throats, in the images that we are looking at, the audio that we are hearing through our media. We are being poisoned and lied to. And hear me, we are all being poisoned and lied to." I'm not gonna read anymore because, in my opinion, guys, this is when it starts to get a little paranoid. In my opinion, wow, look at the time. I'm running out of time, ladies and gents. Thank you so much for tuning in, for staying with us here on the Arrington Gavin Show. Be sure to tune in weeknights at 11 p.m. on WDJY 99.1 FM Straight Talk, as well as on all digital and streaming platforms. I apologize for the inconvenience. We have some technical difficulties throughout this show, but we are gonna see what's happening, and we're gonna have a much better one on the next go round. So be sure to share with a friend, spread the word, and again, peace and blessings, y'all. I'll see you next time. Be sure to register to vote. If you are not registered to vote, make sure you get registered, and make sure your friends and family are also registered. This vote is very crucial, and it's your voice. Please vote, vote, vote. Peace.